WGAL News 8 Today starts now.
So let's get right to that. Good morning, it's 4:30. I'm Matt Barcaro.
I'm Caitlin Smith. All right, Christine, break it down for us.
We have rain this morning, and that could slow down your morning commute, that's for sure. Let me show you what we have on our Storm Team Live Radar network. You can see most spots are picking up light blue right now, which indicates light rain, but we also have some embedded spots with the yellows, oranges, and reds in York and Lancaster County, and those are those little downpours that certainly could slow you down, bring down some leaves as well, and make your morning commute slippery, so watch out for ponding on the roads. Temperatures right now are on the rise. We're seeing 54 in Gettysburg, 49 in York, 49 in Lancaster, even 50 in Lebanon. I do expect to see more 50s as the morning goes on. Wind direction and speed right now, it's coming at you out of the east, up to 15, 16 miles per hour in a few spots. I do expect sustained winds 15 to 25 with some gusts as high as 40 miles per hour this afternoon and this morning too. Here's a look at our 12-hour forecast. You can see that we have impacts through the afternoon as this rain tapers to showers by about lunchtime. There still will be some showers, some isolated thunderstorms later on today, but I think most of this is out of here by evening, and we are good to go as we head into tonight for those of you who still have trick or treat. We'll talk more about that forecast coming up.
Okay, thanks, Christine. The general election less than a week away, and we are following the vote on whether to retain 3 Democratic state Supreme Court justices.
Voters will decide whether to retain Justices Kevin Dougherty, David Wecht, and Christine Donahue, each individually.
Now, last night in Lancaster, Democratic voters and state leaders were at the Farm and Home Center.
So the Democratic National Committee chair says that retaining the justices would protect democracy. A spokesperson for the Pennsylvania GOP, though, says voting no could lead to getting new justices on the court that could reduce polarization in Pennsylvania.
Everyone understands the assignment. They're rolling up their sleeves. They're talking to voters.
Finding 3 attorneys, 3 judges, 3 law school professors, if you will, who would be nominated by a Democratic governor and have to be approved by a bipartisan Senate might actually lower the temperature and, frankly, increase our confidence in the judiciary.
So if any of the justices are not retained by voters in the election, a new election would ultimately be called to elect a new justice to the bench.
A key race we are also following ahead of Tuesday's election is the vote to decide who Gettysburg's mayor will be. The incumbent Rita Freeling is running as a Republican after losing to Borough Council member Chad Allen Carr in the Democratic primary by 31 votes. They both say that figuring out who is in charge of the police department is a top priority.
I feel like oversight and transparency are going to be better with an elected body of 7 rather than an elected person of 1. So if elected, I will be signing over the day-to-day operations of the police department over to the council.
I'm a lawyer, but that's not my area of the law. Only thing I know is as a lawyer, I'm upholding state law, and it says the mayor has oversight of the police department.
Well, the debate is happening today for Lancaster City's mayoral candidates. The Lancaster Chamber of Commerce and the Lancaster City Alliance are hosting it. Organizers say Democratic candidate Jamie Arroyo and Green Party candidate Tony Dastra have confirmed that they will be at today's debate. Independent candidate J.S. Woody Chandler has not responded to the debate invitation. Today's debate will start at noon at the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce on East King Street.
And again, Election Day is this Tuesday, November 4th. Polls open at 7 that morning. And once they close at 8 o'clock that night, be sure to stay with News 8 here on air and also look for updates on WGAL.com for all of those results.
Other Susquehanna Valley headlines: the state leaders with the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission and Mechanicsburg community spoke out against hate in a town hall last night. The event came weeks after social media posts claims cards promoting the women of the KKK were distributed to kids during the Halloween parade in Mechanicsburg. However, police, the borough, and the Chamber of Commerce that organized the parade all say they have not received reports about that incident directly. News 8 asked several people at the town hall last night if they had seen or had a physical copy of those cards that were allegedly handed out, but no one did. Still, even the idea that something like that could happen was enough for people to stand against it.
It's wonderful for the community to know that no one is standing alone, that we have a community, and it's wonderful to see a diverse community here because that is our strength.
Pennsylvania is a place that loves to be there for their neighbor. It doesn't matter any of our differences. Let's just be there for one another and unite as a community.
The State Human Relations Commission has been holding these No Hate in Our State town halls. They also did one earlier this year in Steelton and in York.
It's 4:35 in Franklin County. Commissioners and the Union for Employees at the county jail are sharing more about the ongoing negotiations. The commissioner's statement comes after public comment at a public meeting 2 weeks ago. The statement says the union's proposed $4 an hour raise for correctional officers is not feasible, but the commissioners say they are committed to negotiating. The union says more than half of all positions at the jail are unfilled. It also says new employees are not being fully trained, and that is putting the safety of staff members and inmates at risk.
Shippensburg police in Cumberland County announced the arrest of a person in connection to the Felony Lane gang. According to police, Jessica Reeder is accused of taking a victim's driver's license and credit card and trying to use that to forge a check. Reeder is now facing forgery and identity theft charges.
Lebanon County's Children and Youth Services Department is under investigation. The Lebanon County District Attorney's Office announced that it is looking into cases of negligence or inaction by CYS. The DA's office says a baby was found with injuries to his eye and face after Children and Youth returned the 1-year-old to his mother and her cousin, who were under investigation for abusing that child. The DA's office called it the most recent example of the agency's failure to protect children. In a statement, the Lebanon County Commissioner said in part, all cases are reviewed by the state, and this case is no different. Lebanon County Children and Youth has always maintained itself in good standing and continues to comply with all licensing requirements.
A national technology company in Cumberland County set to lay off more than 150 workers by the end of the year. A new WARN notice with the state outlines the layoffs at a Peraton corporate office on the Camp Hill bypass in East Pennsboro Township. The notice says the company will lay off 153 employees effective December 13th. Peraton is also laying off nearly 100 workers at another one of its offices in Virginia. Also, a Berks County-based truck maker is closing a manufacturing facility in Ephrata, Lancaster County. 92 workers will be laid off in December from the Morgan truck body plant on Wenger Drive. The company has several manufacturing facilities in the U.S. and Canada, including its headquarters in Carnarvon Township, Berks County.
Today, Starbucks baristas in Lancaster County are rallying as voting remains open on whether to authorize a strike. The group Starbucks Workers United opened that voting period last Friday. Now, since May of last year, the baristas say they've been in on and off contract negotiations to try to improve staffing, pay, and on-the-job protections. Those baristas will rally outside of the Starbucks on Lincoln Highway East in East Lampeter Township in Lancaster County. 2 other rallies are also expected to take place today in Philadelphia and in Pittsburgh. Those are on Saturday. The voting period to authorize an official strike ends Sunday.
Dickinson College in Carlisle is going to be building a new center dedicated to Indigenous art and culture. It'll be called the Jim Thorpe Center for the Futures of Native Peoples. It'll be very close to the site of the former Carlisle Indian School. The new center is made possible through a $20 million gift from alumnus and philanthropist Samuel G. Rose. The center is named for the legendary athlete Jim Thorpe, also an Olympic gold medalist who attended the Carlisle Indian School.